Are my good friends Sean Lane on piano and Bob Abbott on bass, and we are here to present you an hour of live jazz courtesy the good folks of the Riversdale House Museum and the Prince George's County Department of Parks and Recreation. I will say more about what we're doing and why we're doing it here this evening in a bit, but we're going to get started with a little bit of music. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you for all your virtual applause that I'm sure surely is resounding right now across the globe. So look, in an alternate timeline, tonight, Wednesday, June 24th, 2020, we would be playing live on a stage right in front of the historic Riversdale House Museum in Riverdale Park, Maryland. Now, some of you aren't from this area or aren't familiar with the Riversdale House Museum. It's this wonderful, restored, historic home that is operated and maintained by Prince George's County as both a museum and a park and a community center, if you will. And there are loads of great activities there all year round. And then every summer, they do these Jazz on the Lawn concerts every Wednesday. So this is the virtual version of Jazz on the Lawn, or as it's dubbed tonight, Jazz on the Line. So thank you for joining us, and if you enjoy what you hear, make sure to thank the good folks of the Riversdale House Museum. I believe they might be lurking somewhere in the various chat windows on the various platforms on which this concert is held. So anyway, we're going to play a mix of jazz for you right now. Since it is, of course, now summer, we're going to continue with the official theme song of summer, written by none other than Mr. George Gershwin as part of his crowning achievement, his magnum opus folk opera, Porgy and Bess, This is Summertime. Thank you so much. All right, so again, it's the good folks of the Riversdale House Museum who are making this concert possible this evening, this virtual concert. And I know we'd rather all be there. Believe me, it's so beautiful if you haven't been there. It's such a scenic place. You should check it out. The grounds are open. You can still go and affect proper social distancing and tour the grounds, the garden they have there, the Victory Garden. You can even take home some produce from the Victory Garden. They do various kids' activities. There are other things going on at the museum, even though the house, unfortunately, is closed for the time being. And they've got a great staff. I want to thank Samantha Ferris, who enabled us to be here this evening. Oh, and Brenna. Brenna, you listening? Brenna, you out there? Raise your hand. It is my understanding that you've had quite a week. And today is your birthday. Your husband just got back from England after being quarantined over there for like 5 months. And apparently yesterday you bought a house. You know, we do housewarmings. Yes, we do, Brenna. Anyway, everyone out there on the internet, if you can just type into the chat box, happy birthday, Brenna. If everyone types happy birthday, Brenna, hopefully that will make her feel extra special when sounds like she's had quite a week. All right, so we're going to continue now with a song from a local composer who grew up not all that far from Riverdale Park in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. I'm talking about Edward Kennedy Ellington, better known as Duke Ellington. And who knew that in 1942, Duke Ellington would write a hit song for our very own times. This is Don't Get Around Much Anymore. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special treat for you this evening, because fresh in off a flight from Australia is our special guest pianist, Mr. What's your name again? William Kibel? Is it Kibel?
Sure.
Okay. No, sure. William Kibel, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to join us for a few songs. All right. We're going to start with Days of Wine and Roses. Would you like to do an intro, sir?
Yeah, what tempo? Last 8.
Yeah. much. Again, that's our guest pianist, Will Kibel, over here on the piano, age 15, a recent 9th grade graduate, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Will, you want to do one more?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I'm gonna make Will feel awkward with this one, because as you know, this past Sunday was Father's Day, and Will here completely forgot about it. Didn't do any. I'm just kidding. That's not true.
It's not?
But anyway, I'm going to make Will play a great tune by the great jazz pianist and composer, Horace Silver. This is called Song for My Father. Start with the little vamp there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sean. And thank you, Will Kibel, for sitting in for a couple of tunes. All right, we're going to bring Sean Lane on back. You know, we'd certainly rather play for you in person out on the lawn of the Riversdale House Museum. It's just a gorgeous setting this time of year. And it's wonderful to have the mansion as our backdrop when we're playing out there. But, you know, there are a few advantages to this form of concert. No mosquitoes, most likely, depending on where you are. It's probably not as humid where you are as it would be outside. Oh, yeah, you got a mosquito? Excellent, excellent. You can dance all you want without anyone kind of gawking or pointing if you're dancing foolishly. You can sing along off key, off tempo. If you don't know the words, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you like, and the only people you're going to bother and annoy are the loved ones with whom you're quarantined. Okay, we're going to continue now. It was Father's Day this past Sunday, as we talked about. But past Friday was Juneteenth, which takes on extra special meaning this year in the middle of the Black Lives Matter movement. So we want to pay tribute to Juneteenth by playing an incredible, beautiful song written by another Washington, D.C. native. I'm talking about Dr. Billy Taylor, who grew up in Washington, D.C., and for many years was the director of jazz at the Kennedy Center. And he wrote, early in his career, a song that would end up becoming a civil rights anthem, especially when it was sung by Miss Nina Simone. This song is I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free. An intro, sir. All right. Well, thank you. Hey, for those of you just joining us, my name is Seth Kibel, and with me tonight are on the bass, Bob Abbott. Yeah, show some love for Bob. Send some of those hearts flying up for Bob. All right, and Sean Lane on piano. Send some of those angry faces up for Sean right now. Give him some angry faces. Yeah, all right. And we're here courtesy of the Riversdale House Museum. And again, in an alternate corona-free timeline, tonight we will be playing on a wonderful stage in front of the massive lawn of the Riversdale House Museum with the mansion as our backdrop. This is the next best thing, so thank you indeed for joining us. Feel free to share the stream, like the stream, comment on the stream, whatever you want to do. We do appreciate the support. We're going to play a song now by another Washingtonian, or associated very much with another Washingtonian, Mr. Marvin Gaye. I think you know this one. Feel free to sing along. Well, not you, though, but everyone else can sing along. you so much for all your virtual love. We appreciate it. We got a couple more tunes for you. If you have not heard us before, check us out online. You can find me all over the interwebs. I'm on the Twitface, on the Instabook, on the Snapgram, on the I don't know. Anyway, look me up. I've got an unusual name, Seth Kibel. Type me in anywhere. You'll find me pretty easily. The only other Seth Kibel on the planet is like a 22-year-old med student up in Toronto. Please don't bother him, although he's probably taking all my gigs. Yeah. Anyway, we talked about some holidays that just passed. How about a holiday coming up? I know this is hard to believe. I still can't wrap my brain around this. But it is almost the 4th of July. So in that spirit, you know, our country has a lot of unofficial national anthems in addition to our official one. And this next one is my favorite of the unofficial national anthems. It was written by the great Woody Guthrie. This is "This Land Is Your Land." Oh, yeah. That's an international.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Sorry.
in fact. Before I start to introduce these tunes, let me once again thank you for joining us. And again, thanks to all the good folks of the Riversdale House Museum and Prince George's County Departments of Parks and Recreation for inviting us and making it possible for us to do this virtual concert this evening. Check them out online. Hey, Riversdale people, I know you're watching. Pop some links into the chats right now. Give people some more places they can go to. Not yet, because we're still playing a little more music. But once we're done, they should go find out more about the Riversdale House Museum. All right, so to start to bring our concert to a conclusion, we're going to do 2 songs to wrap up with, both associated with a gentleman who celebrated his birthday on July 4th, even though he wasn't really telling the truth about that, and that wasn't really his birthday. He told everyone it was. I'm talking about the great Louis Armstrong, a true American hero if there ever was one. So we're going to do 2 songs associated with Louis. The first was one he recorded early in his career, and it's the great early jazz standard and philosophy of life, When You're Smiling. and gentlemen, it's coming to that time of the evening. We're going to play one more song in a minute. Before we play our last song, a couple of things. First of all, a quick question relayed via Samantha with the Riversdale House Museum. The Civil Rights Anthem, the song that we played a few songs ago, was called I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free. And it was written by Dr. Billy Taylor, great jazz pianist and composer, although there's a really famous version by Nina Simone. Okay, so concludatory remarks. First of all, thank you for tuning in. Those of you who have tuned in to watch us live, and those of you who are tuning in after the fact. And thank you for all the likes, comments, and shares and whatnot. We really appreciate it, and it helps us in our never-ending battle against obscurity and irrelevance. Thanks, of course, to the good folks of the Riversdale House Museum and the Prince George's County Department of Parks and Recreation. I don't know everyone's name, but I know Samantha Ferris, Brenna, whose birthday it is. Happy birthday, Brenna. We really appreciate it. We're sorry we can't see you in person, but we hope next summer to return again to the beautiful lawn in front of the beautiful Riversdale House Museum. Now, if you live not too far from Riverdale Park, check it out. Already the grounds are open. You can walk around the grounds. It's beautiful. They got a huge victory garden. You can even get some produce there. They do kids' activities. Check them out online. And hopefully, before too long, the house itself will be able to reopen as well. Again, we have Sean Lane on piano, Bob Abbott on the bass. My name is Seth Kibel. We're going to end with another song associated with Mr. Louis Armstrong. This one from late in his career, of course. This is What a Wonderful World. Thank you very much, and we hope everyone is staying safe, happy, and healthy. Stand up, gentlemen. 3, 2, 1. I gotta make sure I don't block Bob. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Bow. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.